Okay, welcome everybody in this special breakout room. I want to tell something about the case I'm working on in the province of Gelderland. But before I go into the case itself, I will tell you something about the province of Gelderland and why we are doing this case there. The province of Gelderland is a province in the Netherlands. It's showed out here. It's mainly uses agriculture, but also nature is a big part of the area of Gelderland. The sites which are with the blue circle are sandy agricultural soils. And what's important to know is that the province of Gelderland, and especially those sandy areas, are very important for the Netherlands because they are also forming the strategic groundwater reserves of a big part of the Netherlands. The Dutch Institute on Nutrient Management has been doing a research lately on the soil quality in this province related to ecosystem services. And they did that because the Dutch government wants to make a special exemption for high value agricultural soils, that they should be preserved and not be used for other functions like housing or fields for electricity or photovoltaic fields or something like that. And to see which soils within the province of Gelderland are of high quality for agriculture and also other important services. They made an estimation. They looked at the ecosystem services primary production, of course, because that's the agriculture itself, but also to water regulation and purification, to the service climate regulation and carbon sequestration, and to nutrient cycling and soil biodiversity and habitat supply. And for all of these ecosystem services, a special soil indicator set for agricultural soils, the BLN, was used. And by seeing what those indicators were for these for these areas, they got insight in the functioning of the ecosystem services. And only for soil biodiversity and habitat supply, they did not have enough data available. This resulted in this picture, in these maps, where ecosystem service 1 is the primary production. And as you can see, there are quite some good agricultural soils in this province. The white area is not measured because that's a big nature reserve where no agriculture is foreseen anyway. And within this assessment, they also noticed that there are quite some bottlenecks. The main bottlenecks being compaction of soil, water availability, and sulfur and partly pH. And these are to be overcome by, of course, another way of soil management. For example, to improve soil life and biodiversity by adding, for example, extra organic matter, or by different crop management, adding special green manure, cup or catch crops, but also to improve water quality and nutrient cycling, because water quality is under pressure in this area, and as I said before, it's important. And also climate and carbon sequestration are wanted to become more important in these areas because of climate change. The summers are more dry, and this also has an impact on the way to manage agricultural lands. So to come to this improvement, you can take measures in land management, for example, the ones I said before, but you can also upgrade the sandy soils. And that's actually what we've been trying to do within a project I want to share with you. This project, where we want to upgrade sandy soils, is a Life Plus project. It's called CO2 Sand, and its main aim is to improve the agricultural soils so that they also contribute to climate adaptation and mitigation, and that they stimulate, next to that, the use of excavated soils. There are a lot of soils excavated in the Netherlands at this moment, especially at my organization. For example, for projects like Room for the River. And these soils have very good soil quality and now often are used in a low value way. So drivers are changing climate change, so adapt to dry periods, and also adapt to water shortages, so to hold the water in the system. At the same time, we see that agriculture on these sandy soils are at risk caused by climate change, but also because of the loss of organic matter due to the use of chemical fertilizers. And we want to stop the low end use of excavated and clay soils. What we did is that we had a lot of demonstration projects with farmers, and for grassland and maize for fodder. And we want to improve, as said, the water holding capacity, the carbon content, and also soil biodiversity. And how did we do that? Well, we went back to the past to get ideas for the future. We used the concept, actually a kind of nature-based solution, like in earlier times, the flooding of the rivers added sediments, clay sediments, to the riverbanks, and this method actually was used. Did we use? And this method has been lost due to the abundance of fertilizers, but also to safety measures. We have now strong and higher dikes, so land is not as often flooded as before, and it's also necessary because, the water quality and the sediment quality the last decades have been very, very poor. So we couldn't use that, but the method and the idea, that's what we used. And what we did was that we used the soil coming free in the spatial projects. We used it to bring on small layers of clay, which get integrated within the sandy soil. And what we do is that we actually come from a sandy soil to a more loamy sand. And this loamy sand has a long-term good functions for agriculture, but also for other things, like the availability of water for the plant uptake becomes better because the soil moisture retention becomes higher by adding this clay, which is quite important, especially in times of drought. Another advantage is that the availability of the clay minerals works as a kind of scotch tape, and therefore also holds for a longer period the organic matter, and makes kind of humus complexes which are stable and stay for a long time. And instead of adding fresh manure, which goes the same year, this stays into the system and also enhances soil life and soil biodiversity, which also has very good characteristics. So this project is a kind of a transition from sandy soils to a more sandy lame. and it's an upscaling of the soil quality and the characteristics in the areas. We go from a high quality reuse of clay instead of dumping, or a low quality reuse of the excavated soils. In 2027, we want to have 600 hectares treated with these clay materials. What we do within the project is that we share this knowledge with other countries within the European Sandbelt. This is next to the Netherlands, also with Belgium, Germany, and Poland, so that they also can learn from what we do. And we created a community of practice with the farmers who use the clay, but also with Knowledge Institute and also the suppliers and workers on the land, so the more people in the chain. And actually, we hoped that we would get 10 farmers to join in this project, but there are so many people which are eager to join, that we now have 100 farmers who want to share in this project. Also, within the community are people from the province and from local municipalities. Therewith, this project is also more or less agenda setting for environmental policy, because in one side we have extra emission due to transport of soil versus the beneficial effects on soils. But we think because of the long-lasting effects, it's worthwhile. And sometimes we have to face legal restrictions because the soil quality regulation and some of the excavated soils have some traces of chemical contamination. With this, I'd like to end my presentation on the project we do. If you have questions, I don't know whether we have time. I want to end always with my personal motto that if you take care of the soil take care of you. And for more information, you can always find me with my email. And for this discussion, I have some questions, but some points for the discussion. And maybe there are some questions first. I do not know how much time we have left, so I stop sharing my presentation now.
Yes, thank you, Margot. I think we have time for one question, because there is, in 1 minute, we will go back to the plenary. So maybe if some have burning question right now, please go ahead. Open your mic and ask directly the question if you have something in mind right now. Not so much until now. Okay, then maybe you can keep your question also to the panel, because it's always the time to think. Okay, what information, what extra information would I have? Anyhow, you can get more information by going directly to Margot, and she will provide with you with more information on that.